the Robot Jackets, and this is day one of the Robot in One weekend, where we're building an FTC robot for the 2019-2020 season. Looking at this year's competitions and rules, we decided to break up the competition into various different tasks, and here are some of the systems that we designed to be able to help complete those tasks.
So our first system is the Drivetrain, and we initially gravitated toward a mechanism or holonomic drivetrain because it's easier for the drivers to maneuver and kind of get in place to accomplish different tasks. But another alternative you can look at is the tank drive, which is much simpler to build and it's very accessible, and this is kind of what we're looking at right now.
So for our second system, the intake system, we had to put some special considerations into place considering the interesting dimensions of the game piece this year. There are various different methods of orienting and gripping onto the game piece, which include wheels and grippers. As you can see here, there are several different ways that you can grip from the side or from the top and from the long side or the short side of the game piece. Right here, here's a demonstration of the wheel sort of conforming to the shape of the game piece and allowing it to reorient itself and allows it to line up itself better for the third system that we have.
And that third system is our placing and scoring mechanism. And so the first thing we had to take into consideration is we're going to have some kind of elevation system. And the reason we went with an elevator system instead of having some kind of rotating arm is that it's much easier for us to be able to build something that has a something that scales either with a linear slide or a rack and pinion, which if you're interested in learning more about, you can see on our channel some of our TE sessions on those types of devices. And then we had to figure out also how we're actually going to place the game piece. One of the main options that we thought about was having something that grabs it with some kind of parallel plates that move together. And then that also has a lot of potential multi-use with that intake system. And then as far as placing them, there were two main options that we thought about. One focusing on grabbing it vertically and the other grabbing it horizontally. The one focusing on grabbing it vertically would be a 4-bar system, where you have a device that will be able to grab the block from within the robot after it has been intaken, and then be able to move it out and place it onto the game field, onto that foundation. And then as far as horizontal, we have a Lazy Susan idea as well, where you have a rotating platform, and once you have an elevator that rotates around with the gripper to be able to take the piece from inside the robot to placing it on the field. And as far as moving that foundation for those points in the autonomous stage, we came up with the idea of having some kind of mechanism on the side of the robot that will come down to be able to hook onto the ledge that is on the foundation to be able to drive it in. We thought mostly of having it on the side because due to our robot restrictions, we're not able to have it in the front or the back given the initial game state. However, if we went with more of the holonomic design, we would be able to have it on the front or any side given the much easier movement of that device.